Imagine being 90 and still tying your own shoes with ease. You can confidently walk to the mailbox at the end of the lane without feeling a single bit of pain in your joints, or even comfortably bend down to tend to a garden of vibrant roses every sunny morning. This is not a distant dream or something reserved only for those with special genetics. In Japan, where there are tens of thousands of people living past 100 years old, this level of mobility is a daily reality for them. They are not just living longer, but they are living better with bodies full of energy and absolute independence. One of the biggest secrets they keep is a simple, yet powerful daily stretching ritual. These movements are not just for fitness, but are intentional actions based on ancient wisdom and modern science to keep joints young and blood flowing. Even when you have reached your 70s or 80s, if you truly want to possess the freedom of movement and breathe fully to live a life of dignity, then let us explore the 7 longevity exercises of the Japanese right now. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel so we can grow old together in the healthiest and wisest way possible. We will begin with a pose that is considered the most powerful anti-aging signal for your spine, which is the Cobra pose. As we grow older, especially in our modern society in America, where we spend too much time sitting on sofas, watching television, or driving long distances on highways, gravity begins to win. Our shoulders tend to hunch forward, and the spine compresses, making our breathing shallower. The Cobra pose is one of the most trusted longevity practices in Japanese wellness clinics because it helps restore the opening of the spine and improves the upright posture that we often start to lose at age 50. A study from Tokyo University indicated that older adults who perform this movement twice a day reported a 47% reduction in lower back discomfort after only 3 weeks. But beyond the physical benefits, this pose also carries a profound psychological impact. When you lift your chest off the ground and open your rib cage, you are sending a powerful signal to your nervous system that you are still strong and you have not given up. To perform this live face down on a soft mat and place your hands directly under your shoulders, then gently press into your palms to lift your chest while keeping your hips on the ground. Be careful to keep your shoulders away from your ears and relax your glutes and neck. Only lift as high as your body feels comfortable and never force it. Hold this position for 30 seconds and breathe deeply through your nose. This is a wonderful way to reset your spine every morning after a long night of sleep. If you are following along until now, comment number 1, so I know you are still watching. Next, we will talk about a part of the body that you might rarely notice, but plays an extremely important role in your cardiovascular health, which is the calves. In Japan, stretching the calves against a wall is considered a non-negotiable daily ritual because the calves are likened to the second heart of the body. Their task is to pump blood from the legs back up to the heart against the force of gravity. As we age, this mechanism can weaken if we sit too much, leading to issues like cold feet or swelling and even varicose veins. This exercise not only improves vascular health, but more importantly, it enhances stability to prevent falls. You know that falling is one of the leading causes of hospitalization for seniors in America. When your calves are tight, it changes the way you walk and balance, causing pressure to travel up to your knees and hips. To perform this, stand facing a wall and place one foot forward and the other foot back. Keep both feet flat on the floor and press your hands into the wall, then gently lean forward until you feel the back calf stretching. Hold for about 30 to 45 seconds for each leg. A common mistake I often see is people bouncing while doing this, but that actually reduces the effectiveness. Keep still and let the muscles stretch out as slowly as possible. Now we will move to a region of the body that is often overlooked, but is the key to independence, which is the hips. The Japanese believe that flexible hips mean a life without barriers, whether it is sitting on the floor to drink tea or leaning down to garden. The pigeon pose is a favorite exercise to release hips that have become tight after years of work. Tight hips are not just uncomfortable, but they silently steal your freedom by reducing walking efficiency and increasing the risk of joint injury. This pose targets deep muscle groups that regular exercises cannot reach, helping to relieve tension in the pelvis and lower back. This is not a trendy yoga move, but a functional necessity so you can confidently get into a car or stand up from a chair lightly. The way to do it is to start on all fours and bring your right knee forward, placing it behind your right wrist. Then straighten your left leg back and slowly lower your body. If you find it difficult, you can absolutely use a pillow under your hip for support. Remember that the goal is to feel a deep stretch and not a sharp pain. I recommend doing this in the evening because it soothes the nervous system and helps you have a better sleep after a long day of activity. If you are following along until now, comment number 1, so I know you are still watching. The fourth movement I want to share is the downward dog pose, which is extremely popular among long-lived people in Okinawa. Imagine there is one movement that can wake up your entire body from your heels to your brain, and that is this pose. It is like a reset button for the whole body by lengthening the entire posterior chain, including the calves and hamstrings, along with the glutes and back. As we age, this chain tends to shorten and weaken directly, affecting our posture and blood pressure. Downward dog not only strengthens the arms and shoulders, but also promotes blood flow to the brain and supports the lymphatic system. In particular, it helps activate the parasympathetic nervous system, helping the body transition into a state of rest and recovery to reduce common stresses and anxieties in later life. To perform this, begin by placing your hands and feet on the floor, and then lift your hips high to form an inverted letter V shape. Press your palms firmly into the floor and let your head relax between your arms. If you cannot straighten your legs completely, that is fine, because you can slightly bend your knees to focus on lengthening the spine. Over time, your flexibility will naturally return, and you will find walking much lighter. Next is an exercise that Japanese doctors often call a daily spinal massage, which is the cat-cow pose. Remember that your spine is not just a column of bones, but it is the main highway connecting your brain to every organ in your body. When the spine is stiff, movement coordination slows down and pain begins to appear. The cat-cow pose is a rhythmic movement between two positions that helps lubricate the spinal joints and stimulates the spinal cord. This is extremely important for maintaining balance and coordination when you do housework or walk on uneven roads. Many seniors in America often have trouble with memory or mood swings, and performing this movement combined with slow breathing has been proven to support memory and improve the spirit very well. To practice this, position yourself on all fours, then inhale as you arch your back down and lift your head up. After that, exhale as you round your back and tuck your chin toward your chest. Perform this very slowly according to your own breath for about 10 breathing cycles. If you feel wrist pain, you can rest your elbows on a chair or a bed instead of pressing directly onto the floor. If you are following along until now, comment number 1, so I know you are still watching. The sixth movement in this series is the butterfly pose, which helps open the hips and increase internal energy. Aging does not have to be accompanied by stiffness, especially in the pelvis. The Japanese believe the pelvis is the energy center of the body, and if this area is blocked, both physical and emotional states will become stagnant. The butterfly pose directly impacts the inner thigh muscles and hip joints, which often tighten after decades of us sitting at work. Maintaining flexibility here will help support bladder and digestive health, which are issues many people over 60 often face. Modern studies also show that regular hip stretching can increase flexibility by more than 20%, helping you perform daily tasks like getting out of a chair or into a car much more easily without needing help from others. Sit on the floor or a firm cushion with a straight spine, then press the soles of your feet together and let your knees open to the sides naturally. Just hold your ankles and breathe deeply without trying to force your knees down to the floor. Let gravity do its work slowly for about 1 to 2 minutes. Finally, we come to the child's pose, also known as the sacred silence for the body to heal itself. Sometimes the most powerful thing you can do for your body is to completely let go of tension. This is a pose commonly performed in parks and senior care centers in Japan to help the body recover after physical activities. Child's pose helps relieve pressure on the spine and gently stretches the lower back and hips, while putting the nervous system into the deepest state of rest. This helps lower blood pressure and improves oxygen flow to the brain very effectively. Many older adults often feel anxious or lose sleep, and spending a few minutes in this pose before bed can be a wonderful natural medicine. To perform this, kneel on a mat with your big toes touching, then sit back on your heels and slowly fold your body forward so your forehead touches the floor or rests on a pillow. You can stretch your arms forward or let them rest by your sides depending on what feels most comfortable. Stay here for 1 to 5 minutes and feel your body melting into the ground and all fatigue vanishing. If you are following along until now, comment number 1, so I know you are still watching. I want to give some practical advice for you when performing these exercises. If you are over 60, the key is not doing a lot or doing it hard, but doing it regularly. You do not need to master all 7 poses immediately, but start with 2 or 3 movements that you feel most comfortable with and build the habit from there. Spend about 10 minutes a day instead of trying to exercise too much in a single session. A very big mistake I often see is many people feeling self-conscious about having to use pillows or chairs for support. But in reality, using support tools is wisdom and training to protect your joints. Consider each stretch as a conversation with your own body to listen to what it needs. This practice is a form of quiet resistance against health decline and the stiffness of age, helping you live the way you want. In summary, we have gone through 7 longevity exercises, from the Cobra pose for the spine to activating the second heart in the calves and releasing the hips to the deep recovery moments in Child's pose. These movements are not just exercises, but they are tools for you to preserve your freedom. You do not need to be perfect, and you do not need to be very flexible right from the start. But the most important thing is that you dare to begin today. In Japan, older people practice not to impress anyone, but they do it so they can walk without help and so they can play with their grandchildren to the fullest. You can absolutely do the same if you give yourself respect and persistence every day. If this video has brought you some inspiration or a new idea, please leave a comment to let me know which movement you will start with today. Remember that movement is the most precious medicine, and you completely deserve that medicine every day. Do not forget to like and share this video to your friends so we can create a healthy and happy senior community together. See you in the next health videos.